Welcome to the Connect Miami with author and life coach columnist Susie Moore, lifestyle and wellness coach Tracy Campoli, and the hottest radio jock in Miami, Stitches. Pull up to our community where we collaborate, we cultivate, and we make magic. Let's go.
Hello, South Florida. We're back at it this week and excited to have you here with us this Saturday. If you're new here each Saturday, you can find us talking about business and all things success. I'm here with my amazing co-host, Stitches and Tracy Campoli. Welcome, ladies, and happy Women's History Month.
Yay!
Hello.
I celebrate you, ladies. I celebrate you.
I celebrate you and all the
each other.
incredible women who have come before us, who we honor now in order to be here, having an incredible show like this, showing our voices, our opinions, and who we are authentically.
So grateful for you ladies and all of you watching as well. So let's just dive right in. Have you all heard, I'm sure you have, the term multi-hyphenated, right? So it's the definition of a person that has many different hyphenations after their names. So what about that? I'm curious because sometimes we think we have to be one thing. What are your thoughts about being a multi-hyphenate person?
Oh, I have thoughts about this because you are right. We're taught to be one-dimensional, right? But that's an old rule now. I mean, I read an excellent book called Range not long ago. And in the book, he explains that specialists, people who really specialize in one particular area of medicine, law, whatever it may be, finance, that peaked in the 80s. Increasingly, we're meant to employ different skills. Soft skills are important, and having a range in our career goes a long way. And I know that to be true as an author and a columnist and a coach, someone who teaches on business, someone who teaches on confidence. Why limit ourselves? It's absolutely unnecessary. We have so much more potential within us than any one-dimensional role or passion will be able to allow us to fulfill. And so what advice then would you give to a newbie in business, ladies, who's trying to figure out what to do first or what to do next? What would your advice be for someone who just didn't know?
For me, I'll go for.
Go ahead.
You want to go first?
Stitch.
Good.
No.
For me, I think the first thing I always like to start with, and I know everybody's different, but what is your interest? Number one. And we go with that. We say a lot. We speak that to a lot of our students. Like, what do you love? Like, in the morning or when you're going through the day daily, what do you think about? What is it that you love? And for me, start with that. Start with what is your interest.
Tracy?
Yeah, I agree with that very, very much. And I also think, look, when we're starting businesses, let's not forget, income is part of your business, right? So what would you do even if you weren't getting paid, so that the income is a bonus, but that's also going to keep you, have that drive because, I don't get up and go, oh, I have to go to work now. And it feels so draining. Like, oh, I get to change people's lives and bodies. No way. I'm like, whoa, I get to do this. And I make a great living doing this. Like, life is good. So that's really important is remember, we want that income to come in, and it's much easier for that income to come in when it's something that we truly enjoy and are passionate about. We are just getting started in South Florida. So when we return from the break, Luisa Zhou will be here, and she is going to be talking about her amazing journey and how you can turn your business from dream into profits.
Marketing for local businesses is critical, but it can be pretty confusing. At Vivial, we work with you to understand your business and individual marketing needs to tailor a custom designed solution so you can focus on what you do best, running your business.
Want to learn more about Vivial's digital marketing services? Find us online at vivial.net/Natalie.
Are you ready to transform your body in just 30 minutes a day from your living room? I'm Tracy Campoli, the creator of Total Body Transformation, the excuse-proof fitness program made for busy babes like you and me to get fit, sweat, and smile. We've been featured on Good Morning America, The Today Show, and in USA Today. All you have to do is simply log in and press play. No boredom, no stress, and no dread. All in just 30 short minutes from the comfort of your own home. Go to tracycampoli.com to get started today.
Hi, I'm Katrina Aronson. You can find me at katrinaaronson.com. I am a business and marketing strategy coach for female entrepreneurs. I help female entrepreneurs to grow and scale their businesses the way that they want to. You are watching the Connect Show South Florida.
Welcome back to the Connect Show, and thank you for joining us this Saturday. Each week we get to have amazing guests on our show, and we always learn something and leave feeling really inspired. And our next guest is here to inspire us, featured in Forbes, Business Insider, Entrepreneur Magazine, and so many more. Help me welcome Luisa Zhou. Welcome, Luisa.
Hi, thanks so much for having me here.
I am lucky, Luisa, to know you personally, but tell us a little bit about yourself and don't be shy because your background is very impressive and unique.
Well, thank you so much. So long story short, I first started as a space station engineer for the International Space Station. Did that for a while, learned some really cool things, got to do some really cool work. And then after that, realized there were some other things that I wanted to try. So my next big adventure was a mobile payments startup. And we did that for a few years, raised some funding. It didn't take off the way we'd hoped. And so I went from there to join a advertising startup. And from there, I joined the company when it started up. It IPO'd, and it was awesome, learned a lot again. And then after that, I set off and started my own online business.
Ooh, what a background. What a background.
So amazing. I mean, that is really serious. So I know that you are all about helping entrepreneurs provide actionable advice. You provide actionable advice to entrepreneurs. So I love that word actionable. That is so, so important. So can you just tell us a little bit about how you implement that with your clients?
Yes, I mean, it's so key because there's so much to starting and growing a business, and it can feel incredibly overwhelming. So what I do is always break it down into what's the smallest bite-sized thing that you can do to get results as soon as possible so that you can continue moving forward. So one of the first things I always say is anytime you have to do something for your business and starting with coming up with an idea, it's not going to come from sitting down and thinking about it. It's going to come from you going out there, talking to people, asking what they need help with, asking what their challenges are, and then seeing what you can help with that from your own personal experience.
Luisa, I love that we're speaking about this because I think that sometimes this is a part of our lives as entrepreneurs we don't always speak about enough, right? Just that freedom, and not just fun laptop lifestyle at the beach, but freedom when there's an emergency, freedom when something's going wrong to just be there. So can you tell us more about your 9-to-5 escape velocity plan that you offer?
Yeah, so it's a tie back to my space station days about building enough escape velocity to escape the gravity of your 9-to-5. It's really just a really simple outline that helps you get started with building your own online coaching business so that you build up the momentum to replace your 9-to-5 job.
Ooh, that is so juicy. And I know all of us are like, yes, tell us more. So we're in a day and age now where it's actually become really trendy to be an entrepreneur, right? So I think people often can forget that there actually is a process to becoming an entrepreneur. And, you know, the truth is it's not really for everyone. So talk to us a little bit more about the process that you went through while starting your business, while also working at your job.
Yeah, so my very first thing was how can I go out there and prove to as many people as possible that I can help you build your run your ads at that point. And so I was giving free sessions left and right to as many small business owners as possible. I think I must have done 40 or 50 of them in a row in the beginning, just to show, hey, I know what I'm talking about. If you like this, I'd love to help you further, or if you have someone you could refer to me.
And I want to ask, Luisa, you've had you're like a what we call a true serial entrepreneur. You've been a co-founder of a mobile payment startup. You worked in digital advertising, and you worked as, like you mentioned, an engineer at an international space station. So pause 2 snaps for you, sis. Maybe 3 snaps. How about that? What did you learn, truly? What did you learn from each of those different experiences, if you can share?
Yeah, so really what I learned was everything ties together in some way, shape, or form, even though you would never think that, right? I learned from my first job as an engineer to be really logical and to be really logical and focus on being really methodical about solving problems. For my second venture, I really learned about what it means to have a great product and how to get it out there. And from working at a startup, how to grow it and what it takes to grow a business. So really everything comes together, even though you might never be able to predict how.
I love that. I love how when we look back, it all just starts to make sense, the path that we've taken. Louisa, you know I love you. We could all talk with you forever. We appreciate you.
And we love you too now.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining us on the show today. If you're ready to go from employee to entrepreneur, this is your girl. Stick with us, South Florida. We'll be right back.
Ambitious men and women take their jobs and experiences and skills and turn them into their own online business. You are watching the Connect TV network.
Stop Checking Your Likes is the hottest must-read of the moment. This is not a book about social media. It's about shaking off that need for approval and living your incredible life. It's available everywhere books are sold.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Your girl Stitches here with the Connect Show South Florida, and with my lovely hosts here, Miss Susie and Tracy, 2 women who have loads of experience within the world of business. And our next guest, you can call her co-host for the day, also has been making big moves since 2012 with her company Simply launched. But I simply just introduce her. I got to give her a round of applause before she gets on. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Miss Sarah. Hello, dear.
Hi, Sarah.
Hello.
Sarah, tell us a bit about yourself.
Thanks for having me. Okay, yes, so thank you for the intro. In 2012, yes, after 10 years of fashion PR, I started a business called Simply, which had one goal in mind, which was to connect people with kindness. And I did that through conferences that I hosted all over the world. We had thousands of attendees to really teach people how to kind of get their foot in the door of the fashion and beauty industry. Fast forward about 5 years later, we were acquired, sold my business. I never thought that would happen. And here we are a few years into it. And now I am Senior Vice President at Socialite, which is the company that acquired our business. So doing that and love connecting people. That's my passion. So I get to do it every day now.
So you had a previous career in fashion and PR. So you made the shift to creating Simply. So can you tell us a little bit more about how you made that transition?
Yes, it was not easy. I think I had $10,000 in my bank account and I just took the leap. And it's one of those pivotal points in your life where you have to decide, okay, do I want to continue in my job every day doing the same thing? I'm not super passionate anymore. Or do I want to take the leap and go for it? And I took the leap. My husband was my biggest supporter. I gave myself 3 months to start and create my first conference. And 3 months into it, we were profitable. A year into it, we were a multi-million-dollar company. It grew and grew just because of the hard work, the effort. And I think because I was always the nice girl in PR and always led with kindness, I got that back in return when I was starting my own business. And I cannot share that enough to future entrepreneurs or current entrepreneurs that
it pays to be kind, and it pays to, give those favors back, because they will come full circle.
Nice.
Mhm.
I appreciate
Love
you
that.
sharing that, because we're in a world where it's like dog eat dog. And so
Yeah.
thank you for sharing that kindness. Thank you. And I want to get into this. You've been, you have this great course. It's called How to Build and Sell Your Business in 5 Years. So can you tell us what we can expect from that course?
Absolutely. Yeah. So I feel like I'm a little bit more relatable than just someone that went to Harvard. I grew up in small town Pennsylvania. I'm like a lot of these girls out there that start a business, and it seems so daunting to create and sell a business. So I created a course. I partnered with 8 female founders, ranging from Jessie Draper of Halogen Ventures, and Katie Rosen Kitchens of FabFitFun, and Natasha Case of Cool House, and all of these amazing entrepreneurs, where you can take this full course and learn step by step how I sold my business and how they, built their business, and all of their expertise, from business plan to financials to launching to building a team to what that email looks like to ask for an acquisition. So all of these steps, in order to sell your business, I put it all together. It's on the Simply-Inc. Website.
Sarah, what I love about you is you're an action taker, and just this name, Simply. Can we just get an amen? Simply, not complicated, right? This is what I love about you. You're a dot connector. You see what could potentially be, and you don't wait for permission to make it all happen, keeping it simple. So in 2017, you had this successful acquisition. Congrats. And now you work as a senior vice president at the company who acquired you. So you're kind of back to a different kind of role. How did you handle that transition? I'm always curious about that.
It took a few years, because as an entrepreneur, I did not want to give up, owning my own business, because that was a hard thing. But I came to a point in my life, I had a baby. She was like 6 months old at the time. And I was like, I can't do this on my own anymore. I need a bigger backing. And after the acquisition, I remember they asked me, like, what would you like to do every day? And I didn't want to do the accounting. I didn't want to deal with all the things that go into running a business. I wanted to be out there connecting, and I wanted to be out there, building the business. And that's now what I do. I oversee our celebrity roster, all the talent management side. I oversee our brand strategy and our partnerships and the mergers and acquisitions. So every day I'm doing what I love, which for me, is worth its weight in gold, because, as we all learned during COVID, you got to be happy, and you have to do what you love every day.
Yes. And with the role that you have now, what does that look like? It sounds like you manage a lot, and a lot of cool celebrities. Are you able to share a bit about that? Because we love to hear a bit about the behind the scenes of what you do.
Yeah, so we handle a lot of the digital partnerships for our celebrity talent, and Socialite also has about 150 lifestyle talent as well. A lot of the celebrity talent you'll know from The Bachelor or Selling Sunset or The Housewives, and then, traditional TV, acting, musicians. So we've got people like Lauren Lane, Jana Kramer, Kat Sadler from E!, Audrina Patridge from The Hills, all these kind of people, and everyone in between. So we're kind of building them in their digital platform, and brokering all of their social media deals, and building them, in many ways, from like creating their own brand to, doing an online ad. So everything in between. It's super fun. It's different every day. And I love just helping these, celebrities grow their business.
Oh my gosh, Sarah, what a kind of glam showbiz exciting job too. So thank you for sharing with us. Each Saturday we continue to elevate and keep moving forward. So thank you, Sarah, for joining us today. This is why I love connecting each Saturday, to come together, share our stories, and learn from one another. Stick with us, and we'll be right back after the break.
Pull up, girl boss, and join the show. That's right, it's time for your 5 minutes of fame with the hosts of the Connect Show Miami. Yes, every week we bring you girl bosses that bring the magic. It's time for the level up, ladies. Join us on Saturdays, 6 a.m. on Fox 29. Register to be a guest at theconnectonline.com.
Hi, I'm Kimmy Gallus, award-winning singer and performing artist. I help people become their most captivating self on camera. Don't go anywhere. You're watching The Connect Show, South Florida. Hi, I'm Kimmy Gallus, award-winning singer and performing artist. I help people become captivating on camera. Don't go anywhere. You're watching The Connect Show, South Florida.
What's going on, family? Your girl Stitch is here, iHeartRadio's Midday Bay on-air personality. You can find me on The Beat Miami Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. and across other iHeartRadio stations within the country. And although most people may know me as an artist or radio jock, I do my best to encourage off the air as well with my new children's book, Tu es belle, You Are Beautiful, Abby's Great Day. It's rated #1 for new releases in multicultural children's book on Amazon. Grace of God, baby. My mission is to encourage children to love the skin that they were born in and that God gave them. And because I'm trilingual, I also encourage them to learn a few key words in different languages. You can purchase your very own copy and other Tu es belle learning activities today at tuesbellereaders.com. That's TUESBELLE readers.com. Love you for free.
Welcome back and happy Saturday. We've had an amazing show talking to other boss babes and learning from their success and failures. Abby, as you personally navigate through your career, sometimes you can arrive at a place where you feel like you're living somebody else's dream. Maybe it's your parents' dream, your partner's, or some older version of yourself. How do you guys stay connected to the call, the contemporary call that's within you?
Yeah, I think for me, it's just remembering the why. The why is always important for me. So once I always have that in mind, and I always have that in heart, and I have that written, it always anytime something falls short, or anytime it doesn't feel like, we talked about it early, when you're not on, so to speak, it's like that why kind of comes back full front in mind, and it just keeps me going. So it's the why for me.
Tracy.
I love that. Yeah, checking in, I mean, for me, it's most people start businesses to help people, right? To solve a problem, to provide a solution to a need that's there. And so for me, it's always just thinking about, who am I going to help? How am I going to make an impact on their life, and why that really matters? And then, just to get a little woo, I just actually try to visualize them, their successes and why that matters to me. And so even on a day, if I'm feeling a little wonky or whatever, that really helps to keep me going, because I think this work really matters. How about you, Susie?
Okay, I have a very simple way of knowing what's right. And that is, does it feel like fun? Right? I think about showing up with you guys. This is such fun for me. The friends that I talk to, the ideas I implement, it's not because I wrote them down in 2021, January 1st. If I change my mind, I change my mind. I do whatever I want. And you're allowed to do that. Ditch your project, scrap it. Doesn't feel good anymore? Ciao. Right? We're allowed to do this. We're in control. That's why we're entrepreneurs. So if something doesn't feel like fun, I just trust that it's not the right thing, and God is speaking through me, or giving me this intuition. And fun is this direction. And guess what? Work is also meant to be fun. It's not like we have a fun moment when we get to work. Fun and work are just this beautiful dance together. And I think if it feels good, if it feels exciting and expansive, then that's the direction to go in. And really, that's it. Nice and simple.
I love that. And exactly. Well, our best teachers for that are our pets and our children, right?
Yes.
Because they know if I'm into it or if I'm not. So we talked to Sarah a little bit earlier, but I'd love to hear from both of you. What was the best lesson that you learned, either professionally or personally, along your journey?
I will say, I mean, there's so many you acquire over the years, outsource, get support, allow yourself to receive, think big, set goals, visualize all these things. For me, I think that the foundational piece that really works when I come back to it is expecting big things, right? And allowing myself to go there versus, I'll set a small money goal. And if I achieve that, I'll think a little bigger. Or, even if I'm pitching the media, I'll start with publications that are really easy to get into and then I'll work my way up. I don't think that. I want to I'll just go for it, right? Like, go, screw it and go. And I think thinking big and giving yourself that permission, knowing your time is limited on earth, your energy is limited. People out there are already getting big results and doing big things. Why not you? Why not think bigger? So I think just that, okay, how can I, whatever goal I have, how can I let it be bigger and easy while doing it? So I think that small goals are no easier to achieve than big goals. It's just what your set point is, your expectation. So that for me is what I kind of always come back to, and just taking it all the way to the top. Why not?
Nice. And for me, I'll pluck with what you said to Susie about time is short. It's like time on. So that exact theme for me, it would be in line with that is you don't have to do everything. Everything is not for you to do. And you don't, knowing that you could still get to where you're supposed to be and get to your goal and get to the dream that you've always, the dream that could turn to fruition. So it's knowing I had to learn, like, you don't have to do everything, Stitches. Like, it's okay. You'll still get there. Some things are not for you to do. It's okay. Life is short, so focus on what is for you.
I love that. I think one of the biggest lessons I learned was just to remember who you are. Remember who you are, I have very good friends where sometimes they'll say, if I'm having a moment, which we all do, or we might be feeling a little insecure, it doesn't matter how many years you've been in business, or if you're just starting out, we all feel that way. And my friends will call me out and they'll say, and I'll bleep it, they'll say, you are Tracy Boop Campoli, like, remember who you are. And it's such a simple thing, but it's like, oh yeah. And the other thing I will say also is that everything feels scary until you've done it, until you've done it. And then you're like, wait, what was I so afraid about? Really, at the end of the day, just go for it. If you feel a call in your heart and in your soul, and you were like, I'm meant to do this thing, but it kind of scares you, that's actually a good thing. That's what I call nerve excitement. So just freaking go for it, right?
Just go for it. Remember who you are. And when you remember who you are, that allows you to think big. It takes you there. It takes you right back to that place. So what a Saturday it's been, ladies. I hope at home you are filled up and inspired by what you've heard today. If you've missed any episodes, don't worry. You can catch them all on our YouTube channel at the Connect Network. So thank you for tuning in with us. And if you want to be a guest on the show, or know someone who should be, please reach out to us at www.theconnectonline.com. We'll see you next week, South Florida.